Howdy. For everybody that's not an Aggie, hello. You know, tonight we're here to honor two outstanding Aggies. They kept that oath and that spirit of standing tall to help people, and they've been doing it ever since. You know, we're here to recognize and pay tribute to about 5 of our former and some guys that were outstanding Aggies, that were very dear friends to an awful lot of people in this room. And we're here to award scholarships to students. And that's really what this banquet is started, to raise money to give scholarships. And when you see the young people that receive them and what it really means to them, this is a very rewarding. And we're here to, brighten the lives of the young kids that are at MDA. And I can tell you, and it's an honor, that this group of guys is the only people that MD Anderson has ever allowed to come in and touch their kids. And they've done it for 4 years in a row, with every year. But we have 2 people that really went beyond and above, and one of them is Butch Gutzman, sitting right there, and he's looking at me. Now, Butch, don't look at me. Stand up. Now, Butch, that's a half-ass stand. Stand up. And the other one is Jamie Mudd. And Jamie, if you'll come up and receive some roses. I'd like to introduce Vince Palisota. He's our president of the foundation. He will move in. A young man from Mahalia, a little town, as we know, walked on. He was too small, too slow, but he was like a lot of guys in this room that made a lot of things happen and still make a lot of things happen. We're blessed to have a lot of our former players here tonight, and some of them were really, really outstanding, and they still do an awful lot to help Texas A&M. Thank you, and Vince, it's all yours.
Howdy. Jackie, if you think about what he's done for Texas A&M, he spent 13 years at Mississippi State. He played for Alabama. He spent 6 years at Pittsburgh. He coached at a lot of different places, and he could have allegiances to so many different places, but his blood bleeds maroon. And tonight is a testament to what Jackie's done for this university and what he started in the early 80s, and it's continuing today. So let's give Jackie a round of applause. So thank you, Coach.
The thing that's special about the 12th Man Kickoff Team Foundation is that it's one of the great traditions of Texas A&M University. For years, Aggie students stood up at the games. They still do today, and over 30,000 people every game. And it's kind of a link to the student body. Coach Sherrill had a great idea after working on the bonfire to have an all-volunteer team, complete all 11 guys who run down the field on the kickoffs and everything. They were enormously successful. That's what people forget, especially young Aggies. They led the nation 2 or 3 of those 5 years, and the first 5 years, and they never allowed a touchdown to be returned, and it was kind of a link to the student body, and that was great.
Everyone thinks of A&M, they think of football. But behind the football program is a body of students, the student body, the 12th man, that absolutely is supporting their team. With that also comes a duty to the school, a duty to your community, and a duty to the country.
It's a spirit that you want to give and do more for young people, and to be able to help stimulate them and help them through their life.
It's a miracle to honor me and Jack Raines in the same night. I remember the first time I saw Jack Raines, He was being carried across the quadrangle on the shoulders of Sammy Meyer. You remember that, Jack? Only Jack and Sammy Meyer could get away with that. I'd like to thank Jackie and this kickoff team for honoring me. I'd like to thank RC for being here. When I said in that video that I got to know some of the assistant coaches, RC and I have been friends since we both had brown hair, right? Black hair. It's already been said, I grew up in a little bitty town of Bowling, Texas. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. It's down here about 50 miles. And down there in Bowling, we didn't have much to do. We didn't have any toys or anything like that. But I had a little pet donkey. And I played that pet donkey all the time. And one day I was out there in the backyard with that donkey, and I took the lead rope on the donkey's halter, and I took the lead rope, and I tied it around my sister's wrist right there. And then I got a corn cob, and I took that corn cob and I rubbed that donkey's tail because it was raw as it could be. And then I got some kerosene, and I poured that kerosene on that donkey's tail, and my sister's still following that donkey down that creek bottom. When I got caught by my mother, she said, "Son, one of these days that jackass gonna come back to haunt you," and tonight he did. Thank you very much.
And when he was sworn in as the Secretary of State, and then when he was the distinguished Aggie. And Jack, thank you very much for all your service.
Thank you. Thank you, Jackie, and thank all of you. It's a great treat to be here and be a part of this fine organization. Y'all do a wonderful job. A lot of the guys who stood up here tonight, but I can tell you, having worked with them on the inside, it's these women who are married to these buffaloes that make this thing work. I'm pleased that a part of my family could be here tonight. All of you who have older children and grandchildren know that they scatter like a covey of quail every weekend. But I am glad that Sherry is here. Sherry's classmates from Memorial High School 77, some of those kids I coached when they were little kids at T-ball and Pee-wee football, and they went deep into the playoff, I think the semifinals that year in that would have been 76 that fall. And they weren't great athletes, but they had a lot of spirit. And I'm proud of every one of them, and a couple of doctors made it out of that group, and a sergeant, engineers, and other distinguished people. But the main thing is they're all good citizens, and I'm proud of them for that. The one thing I told them tonight is the statute of limitations is run on all the whiskey they stole from my place. And so you can come back safely now. It's been a long night. I want to thank all the bidders, people who bought tables, for your generosity. You know it goes for something worthwhile, and helping other Aggies. You know, all the people that helped me. Sarah, your daddy, said one time at a roast, he said, when you see Jack Raines, think about a turtle sitting on a fence post. You know he didn't get there without a lot of help. And that's true. So you can never help the people that helped you, but you can do what you're doing here tonight, and that's paying it forward. And you're to be complimented for that. Now, Elvis, calm down, son. Elvis is Johnny Cash's brother. Johnny Cash is Christy's dog, and he arrived on Elvis Presley's birthday, so with a brother named Johnny Cash and coming on Elvis Presley's birthday, you knew what that dog's name was going to be. So he had to come tonight to be a part of this. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Certainly, we had a great evening, and I want to thank Jack Raines, Steve Stevens, for being able to allow us to honor two great Aggie legends, and certainly to the people that donated, that bought auction items, and raised the money for the scholarships for the students, and especially to Sarah, Red Duke's daughter, for giving his hat and to be able to name a scholarship in the name of Red Duke to us for a student, and that will start for next year.
Stand united, that's the Aggie theme. We're the 12th man on the scene.
Dig 'em, Aggies! Whoop!